Hello, everyone. Today, we have some interesting idioms and expressions from the radio show Power English. Let's dive right in. The first idiom is dawn on someone. This phrase means when something finally begins to be understood or realized by someone, often after a period of confusion or ignorance. For example, it finally dawned on me that I had been using the wrong password all along. Next, we have end up. This is used to describe the final result or outcome of a situation or action. It indicates where someone or something ultimately arrives or the way things turn out, sometimes unexpectedly. For instance, I wanted to be a doctor when I was a child, but I ended up becoming a lawyer. Moving on, we have give someone a piece of one's mind. This means to express one's anger, frustration, disapproval, or a strong opinion to someone in a direct and frank manner. It often involves speaking one's mind candidly and sometimes sternly. An example sentence could be, the teacher was not pleased with the student's behavior, and she gave them a piece of her mind about the importance of respecting the classroom rules. Now, let's clarify the difference between suitcase and luggage. A suitcase is a specific type of luggage designed for carrying clothing and personal items. On the other hand, luggage is a more general term that includes all bags and containers used for travel, such as duffel bags, backpacks, carry-on bags, and more. Lastly, we have fine print. This refers to the part of an agreement or document that contains important details, sometimes written in small letters. People are often encouraged to read the fine print carefully to fully understand the terms of a contract or an agreement.
I'm Cameron Word.
Thank you so much for joining us. We're so happy to have you.
Yes.
And, I was going to say that it's really funny, I always walk my dog every day, okay? And Scotty is a terrier.
Yes.
And so he's like a hunting dog.
Yeah.
But he's very sweet. He will never be the first to bark. And it's so funny that, these toy dogs, these very small dogs, when they see him, it's scary. He's black. He's bigger.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of intimidating. So they start barking. And so usually when dogs bark, then the other dog barks.
Right.
But Scotty, you know what he does? He's he looks at him. He's like, oh, gosh.
You little dog.
You little dog.
You little Maltese or Pomeranian.
Oh, it is so funny.
Too cute.
Too cute. He never barks back.
Really?
He almost never barks back. But if they get aggressive, he'll start barking. But no, if it's I'm scared of you. He's like, oh, don't be scared. He walks away.
Oh. I wish Simba was like that.
Really?
Simba, he isn't aggressive. He just wants to play.
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't matter if it's a 1 kilogram dog or a 50 kilogram dog.
He just wants to play.
Just but full force.
Oh, dear.
He doesn't have the idea that, baby dogs need to be dealt with softer than big dogs.
He has a little no nunchi.
He has no nunchi.
No dog nunchi.
No nunchi Simba. Yeah.
That's so cute. Okay, we have got to get these two dogs to play together.
We do.
All right, so we are traveling today. Where's my luggage? Part 4. Here are the expressions that we're going to cover.
Yes.
If something dawns on you, D-A-W-N. What does this mean?
You realize something. You didn't know, and then, oh, right.
Oh, okay. All right. How about end up?
End up is the final thing that happens, the conclusion.
And if you give someone a piece of your mind, these are strong words.
Yeah.
Yeah, what does this mean?
This means that you're angry or frustrated at someone, so you're going to say, hey, I'm mad at you because of this.
Okay.
Hey, I'm frustrated because you did this.
Yeah. I'm angry and I'm going to let you know. Okay, let's go ahead and listen to that dialogue.
Any news about your missing luggage?
No,
no, and it just dawned on me that I have an important work document in my suitcase I was supposed to review.
Oh, no. You could end up getting fired if you lose that.
We've been here 3 days, and it feels like they forgot about us.
Well, I read the fine print of our airline ticket, and they have very little responsibility to us beyond trying to find lost luggage.
I'm calling the airline to give them a piece of my mind.
Okay, here we go. Eliza says, any news about your missing luggage? We begin our dialogue with our power pattern here.
Yes.
Any news about?
Yeah.
And this is a really nice pattern because you don't have to make it a really long question. Oh, were you able to find your missing luggage? Did they call you about your missing luggage? It's not a long sentence.
Right.
Any news about?
Yes. It means, did you hear anything?
Yeah.
Is there any new information? Yeah, but any news about, we're not talking about news on the TV.
Headline, no headline news.
It's just any new information that you've heard.
New information, right. So, so say, for example, like, oh, I don't know if this company is going to merge with that company or they're laying off. Any news about that? Easy.
Yeah.
Do you know
know
more
anything?
information?
Yeah.
And Peter says no. And by the way, luggage is our power vocab.
Yes.
Luggage, suitcase, baggage. A little bit confusing.
It is. And the thing to point out is that luggage is always singular.
Luggages, no.
We do not say luggages, just like we don't say baggages. Both of those words, luggage and baggage, are always singular, but it just means all of the boxes and briefcases and suitcases that you have put together, and you're just calling it all one thing.
Okay, all right. Peter says no, and it just dawned on me that I have an important work document in my suitcase I was supposed to review.
Oh, no.
Okay, so Eliza's like, oh, did you find your luggage? Did they call you? And he's like, no, but he realized something.
Yeah.
It dawned on him.
Right.
What does this mean?
So you just used a great word to explain it, to realize something. You weren't thinking about it or you didn't know, and then all of a sudden, right? So it is that feeling that it happens all of a sudden. It is not a slow realization. It is an automatic realization.
Okay, all right. So Peter just realized, wait a second, I have very important papers in my suitcase. And Eliza?
Oh, no, you could end up getting fired if you lose that.
Ooh, these are important, very important work documents because if he loses them, he could end up getting fired.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the question.
Yeah.
You could get fired or you could end up getting fired.
Yeah.
Tell us that difference, maybe.
Right. So this end up is similar in meaning to in the end, but in the end is like it's what we call a prepositional phrase, using it kind of like an adverb. But end up is a verb.
It's a phrasal verb.
To end up. So it means that to in the final stage, in the last stage, something is happening to you or you are doing something.
Right.
So if you had just said you could get fired, that's a very simple, neutral statement.
A very direct,
Right. You could end up getting fired. I feel like there's going to be a longer process.
Right.
Maybe you're going to try to explain, then you're going to have to fight, and then, there's going to be a meeting where they discuss your future, and then in the end, you end up getting fired.
Right. There is a process that comes with finally
Yeah.
end up doing something.
Yes.
Okay, so Peter says, we've been here 3 days, and it feels like they forgot about us. Yeah, because there's no word.
Yeah.
There's no news.
Nothing at all.
And what does Eliza say?
Well, I read the fine print on our airline ticket, and they have very little responsibility to us beyond trying to find lost luggage.
Okay, fine print. We've covered this expression before. Fine print of our airline ticket is the little legal, details.
Yeah, the legal words that they have to put at the bottom of a ticket that you don't even read.
Right. So Eliza is saying that actually the airlines, they can look for the luggage, but if they can't find it, they can't find it.
Right. Too bad.
Oh, my.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Peter says, I'm calling the airline to give them a piece of my mind.
Okay. Peter is angry now.
Yeah.
Okay. How do we know? Give them a piece of my mind.
Yeah.
Piece.
Yeah.
Not a piece of cake.
No.
A piece of my mind.
A piece of my mind.
Yeah.
So, in the very literal meaning of this is to kind of tell someone something.
Yeah.
To tell someone what you're thinking.
Right.
But it's never used in a positive or neutral way. It's always used in a negative situation where you're mad. You're either going to complain, you're going to express how angry you are to someone else.
Right.
Hey, I've been waiting all this time and you haven't contacted me and blah, 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 blah. That is giving someone a piece of your mind.
There's a great Korean equivalent of that. 한마디 해야겠어. It's kind of like, I'm going to tell him, say something.
Yeah.
I'm going to give him a word or two.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not, you don't ever do that whenever you're being nice, happy, right?
Yeah, you don't say like, you're like so happy, I'm going to give him a word or two. No, it's when you're angry.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and listen to that one more time.
Any news about your missing luggage?
No, and it just dawned on me that I have an important work document in my suitcase I was supposed to review.
Oh, no. You could end up getting fired if you lose that.
We've been here 3 days, and it feels like they forgot about us.
Well, I read the fine print of our airline ticket, and they have very little responsibility to us beyond trying to find lost luggage.
I'm calling the airline to give them a piece of my mind.
Okay, it's time for Power Note. Let's do a quick review. If something dawns on you, it means that you suddenly realize, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a slow realization.
Yeah.
You didn't figure it out.
Right. It's
Like
just-
step by step. It's just all of a sudden,
It's like a light bulb.
Yeah.
Ding! Okay. It just dawned on me that today is the 10-year anniversary since we met.
Wow. It seems like yesterday that we were sharing an umbrella at a bus stop.
Okay, I don't know if that's a good thing, if it just dawned on you that it's 10-year anniversary.
But since the meeting,
Oh, it's just the meeting.
not
Okay.
like the official
I
anniversary.
see. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. There are 2 dates.
There are.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that usually
Yeah.
how it is?
It is.
There's like a meeting anniversary.
It's like the date that you met each other for the first time, and then the anniversary of like marriage or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is.
But some people are like, the first day we held hands.
Oh, no.
The first day we kissed.
Oh,
the first day we moved in together.
No. It's too many.
Too many.
Okay. When I got to the ATM, it dawned on me that my debit card was at home.
That happens so often. I do this with the subway.
Oh.
I need my credit card
transportation
to
card?
get on.
Okay.
I use my credit card to go onto the subway.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's at home.
What do?
I just go back home.
Well, why don't you just pay cash?
I don't have my wallet.
You don't have your wallet. Yeah, who carries cash these days,
Yeah.
right?
I have my phone, but like I can't even get on the subway.
Oh, maybe you should have like, you know how you can put your credit cards on your phone? Because you'll always
Yeah.
have your phone. That might be an idea.
Or just put some money in my sock.
Yeah,
just
in
so
your
I-
sock.
just always have money on
in
me.
your pockets. Well, I was driving one morning to my TV recording for the show, and I needed books that I have to read. And then like halfway to the studio, EBS, it dawned on me that I didn't have my book.
Oh, no.
So I had to drive back and get the book. Right. It's that moment of like,
Yes.
That's the dawning.
Right.
All right, let's give one more example of something dawning on you.
So, maybe you are having difficulty in a romantic relationship.
Yeah.
Why isn't this working?
Yeah.
I don't understand. And then, it dawns on you.
What?
You're not really in love.
Oh.
So, I mean, it could be that,
Sure.
realizing your true emotion. It dawned on me that they're not the one.
Right. It dawned on me that she wasn't a true friend.
Yeah.
You know? Right? You have those light bulb moments. Yeah. All right. End up means to reach a conclusion because of what you've done.
Yes.
Okay, like it's in the end. I'm going to watch one more episode of Witchcraft before I go to bed.
You'll end up watching the entire season and not sleeping at all.
Okay. How many of us have ended up watching, binge watching, like 10 episodes in one night?
It's so true. If I start, I can't stop.
You can't stop.
I'm amazed. Some people will watch a TV, show.
Yeah. And stop.
To go to sleep.
Uh-huh.
They're like, I want to watch an episode before I go to bed.
Yeah.
And they get sleepy.
Uh-huh.
I never get sleepy watching TV.
Really?
Like, I'll just watch it until 5 a.m.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I end up staying up all night.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I've done this, and it is horrible. So these days I'm like, okay, I'll watch the series that I'm watching, and I will have to stop myself after one episode.
Yeah.
Okay. Because of the snowstorm, I ended up being late for work by more than an hour.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Because of the rain, I ended up being late.
Yeah.
Because of me waking up late, I ended up being late.
Yeah, this is the result. This is what happened.
Yeah.
Especially when you didn't want to do that. It wasn't the plan.
Good point. So what do you mean? Like, let's give one more example.
Well, here with the TV, I ended up watching the whole season.
Yeah.
I didn't want to watch the whole season.
That was not the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I ended up being late. I didn't want to be late, but it happened.
Yeah. So maybe, when you're traveling too, this happens a lot. You never plan for it. But, we ended up at the airport, for like a 10-hour layover.
Oh, no.
Because of the snowstorm.
Yeah.
Right?
Of course, these are all negative examples. It could be a positive situation as well.
Okay, like?
I ended up in this very famous person's winery, and they gave me a tour for free.
What?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's not happened.
Yeah,
I would love to get free wine from a rich person.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
But have you ever had those nights out where, like, you meet a friend who introduces you to another friend?
Yeah.
And then they're like, they own a famous restaurant. And they're like, oh, come to my restaurant.
Oh, my
Let
gosh.
me show you. And then you go to that restaurant, and you start talking to the chef and the bartender. Like, oh, we've got this new menu. Why don't you try it? And you just end up in these weird places. On those, do you ever have those nights?
Well, of course. Well, not often.
Not often, but it happens sometimes.
But it happens because you end up meeting certain people that you did not think you were going to meet.
Yeah, you just invite someone else, and
Absolutely.
they're like, oh, come, blah, yeah.
Right. Now, if you give someone a piece of your mind, it means to tell how you're feeling. But the feeling is anger or frustration, okay? That guy just made a rude gesture at us.
He did? I think you should give him a piece of your mind. You should go talk to them.
Yeah.
Talk to him.
Yeah. Or just move along. Yeah. Because, there's just a lot of crazy people these days.
It's so true.
Giving someone a piece of your mind may not be a good thing.
Yeah. I don't have time to be mad anymore.
It's a good thing,
Just
Cameron.
move on.
Just move on.
No one gets my mind.
Okay.
Not a single piece.
Very good. Zach's mom gave him a piece of her mind after he left the kitchen a mess. Okay, moms can do that. That's right. So you got to be very careful about giving a piece of your mind to somebody, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Power pattern. Any news about? So do you have any more information?
Yes.
Any news about the strike at the factory?
Any news about the job you applied for?
Okay.
Heard anything?
Did you hear anything? What's going on? All right. On Power Vocab, there is an explanation about the difference between suitcase versus luggage.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be very useful. Do check that out on page 126.
And we do not use the term carrier.
Yes.
That is Konglish.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah.
We say carry on. Okay, and let's thank our sponsor.